Hi guys, Plain Vanilla Grandma here. My friend Kathy sent me an email and told me a package was coming. Good morning guys, it's Carol. How you doing? I'm good. I have a package to open that was a total surprise. My friend Kathy had asked me the other day if that lady that told me she'd give me a sewing machine ever got it to me. And no, she hasn't. Her husband was supposed to bring it to me. He's a truck driver on a run, and I just suspect that he did not want to do that because I've never heard from her again. And that's okay. But my friend Kathy, oh my gosh, Kathy, you spent a fortune on postage. Oh, honey, thank you so much, but I feel bad that you spent so much money on postage. She had a sewing machine. It's Hello Kitty, which is perfectly fine with me, that her granddaughter didn't use, and so she sent it to me. Kathy, we are going to have so much fun with this. I was thinking the other day when I was making a list of all the things I need to do. I've got a spiral notebook full of ideas of things that I want to do, so I'm never bored and don't just sit here and cry my Dr. Pepper. And I was thinking I would love to make a doll quilt for my granddaughter. She loves American Girl dolls. First, I bought her the My Life As dolls that Walmart carries, which are like American Girl dolls, but way cheaper. And then a friend of her mother's had a daughter older and gave Taylor all of her daughter's American Girls and accessories and, oh, bukus of things. And my granddaughter just loves those. That was a big deal for this lady to give her those things when her daughter outgrew them. But anyway, I was thinking the other day, I had bought a bunk bed for dolls several Christmases ago. And I thought, and those dolls will fit on this bunk bed. And I thought, oh, I should make little quilts to go with that doll bed. She uses it for her baby dolls, and then she uses it for her American Girl type dolls, both. And I had actually looked at the fabrics on the Joann website. My granddaughter loves pink, and I had picked out some things that don't look babyish, but were cute pink patterns. And I was already thinking about, oh, that would be so fun to make her doll quilts, but I don't have a sewing machine. And my mother made quilts by hand, where every stitch was by hand. But I just don't think I could do that. I know I could do it. And actually, way back in the day, I did make doll quilts for my girls, and I may have sewn some of it by hand, but probably not. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Anyway, I already had on my list to somehow make Taylor some doll quilts. And let me see if I can pick this up. There we go. This really sews, Kathy told me. Sewing machine by Genome includes sewing machine, plastic bobbins, buttonhole opener, needle set, spool, there's tape over this, something, sliding buttonhole, something, anyway. Yeah. Kathy, thank you. Thank you so very much. I will get a lot of use out of this, and when my granddaughter is at my home, we can learn to sew on it. She will love having something that she can learn to sew on. So, honey, thanks a million. I'm sorry for the expense of the postage and the cost of the sewing machine. I do not want anybody ever to think I'm an e-beggar. Please, I don't. When I first started watching YouTube, I discovered a couple of channels of people like my age, and even as naive and gullible as I am, I could see that they were e-beggars, and I didn't even know what that term was yet. I soon learned. I never want anybody to think that I am asking for money, asking for things. I just never want anybody to think that. You know, I am so blessed. I really am. I have this lovely apartment. I have everything I need. Uh, I know that most of the people in the world don't have as much as I do, and I'm grateful for everything I've got, and I don't want anybody to ever think I'm asking you to do anything for me, because I'm okay. Um, I have talked about money and the lack of it in my Social Security videos, but that is so, it wasn't, I didn't want you to know, oh, I don't have a tremendous amount of money to live on. I wanted you to know, oh, Social Security doesn't pay a lot of money, and you have to learn to live on this amount, but it's doable. I this is the easiest financial time in my life, actually, and I worked all my adult life except for 10 years when I was home raising my kids. And there at the end, before I had to retire, I always had a full-time job and at least one part-time job. I'm going to do a video about some of my part-time jobs. Anyway, I appreciate this, Kathy. I am grateful that you sent it. I will put it to good use. I just feel bad that it cost you so much money and I can't send that money to you. But I am going to accept it with all the good wishes that you intended, and I'm going to make good use of it, and I'll do a video or 2 or 3. Okay, guys. I had to wait on Casey to go get this. I live in this apartment complex, and it's fairly large, and actually it's pretty large, and I'm about halfway down the complex, and the mailboxes are up at the front by the office. The post office people will not even attempt to deliver a package to my door. If it won't fit in our little mailboxes up by the office, then they leave a package with the office. Back at the beginning of this pandemic, the office was closed for like 6 weeks. They were working inside and answering the phones, but they had the door locked so people couldn't come and go. Back when none of us really understood what this pandemic was going to be like or about. And anyway, while they did not have the office open, the post office lady, I was always home. I know she did not make an attempt because I never go anywhere. And I knew that a long time before this pandemic because I order lots of things. But anyway, during that time when the office was closed, they would just leave a note in my mailbox. And instead of the note saying your package is in the office, the note would say, come to the post office tomorrow to pick up your package. I don't have a car. I have to ask Casey to loan me her car or take me or do it herself. And I don't like asking for help. I have to ask for a lot of help, but I don't like it. And I have such a mobility problem. There was no way on earth, even though I knew this was up at the office, there was no way on earth for me to get down the stairs and walk that far and get the package and get back here with it. I just hobble around because I'm in so much pain. I told my family doctor at least 2 years ago, and she told me just rub on any over-the-counter arthritis product. I I fell down the stairs numerous times. She gave me a note for the complex stating that I need to be on a ground floor apartment so that they would move me. One just hasn't come available yet, and that's probably been a year and a half ago that I gave the office the letter from her. Anyway, I have a hard time getting around. I'm thinking about, I go to, my family doctor is at Texas Tech Health Science Center, because they will bill Medicare and then send me the bill after Medicare pays, which, on my budget works real good for me, not to have to up front pay a whole bunch of money. Toby, no, don't bark. I don't know why this keeps going dark. I hope you don't see that. Anyway, I'm thinking about finding out if Texas Tech has a geriatric department, because I assume it's arthritis. It's every joint in my body hurts. Both my hips, both my knees, sometimes my ankles, this shoulder, this elbow, this wrist, but my wrist was broken in a car wreck and it's always hurt. But especially between my hip and my knee on the left leg hurts so bad. I just hobble around. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can't get some kind of help so I'm not this way anymore. And I'm going to try to start walking more. My sister tells me when it hurts the most is when you need to move the most. And so I'm going to, that's my goal for the fall, is to get to where I'm walking a whole lot more. When I first moved to this apartment complex, I think I've been here 4 years. I had a dog, Zoe. She's passed away, but we used to walk. We'd go on 5 or 6 walks a day minimum, and we would walk for 30 minutes minimum each time, and pretty brisk, because she was a medium-sized dog, and she didn't stroll. We had brisk walks, and I could outlast that dog. We would walk so long, my dog would lay down in the grass, and I would still be ready to go. And I haven't always been like this. It's just gotten worse and worse and worse until now I can just barely hobble around to get from room to room. But anyway, if any of you have an experience like that and have a suggestion, let me know. I think I slather this on all the time. I really like this. I got a over-the-counter Walmart brand Arthritis Cream about a week and a half ago to try and see if that would do any better. No, this stuff does better, but it doesn't really, doesn't make me ready to walk all over the place. I cannot just live on pain pills, because a couple of years ago, my liver numbers were sky high. They told me it was because of a medication I was on, a prescription medication. But I also know that month I had hurt so bad with this same thing. And so I remember it was the month of May, and I just had a lot of things I wanted to get done. And I took Tylenol around the clock for the entire month, hoping I could just be pain-free enough to get up and do some things. And probably more than the prescription, the Tylenol messed up my liver numbers. I don't know much about liver numbers. I just know the doctor was so alarmed when she just did a regular blood workup to get my thyroid medicine renewed. And the numbers came back sky high. And she told me she sent it to 3 different labs to make sure that wasn't a mistake. And now my liver numbers are good. I mean, it took a while to get them down, but anyway, she told me don't, stay off of things like Tylenol. So I don't have that help to get moving. But anyway, if you guys have any suggestions on that, let me know, because I have got to get moving. I can't do this anymore. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to tell you one more thing. There's always at least one more thing. Back in 2010 when I had this awful breakdown and I went to the mental hospital. That was my first time, my only time there. And so, I didn't really know what to expect. I'm going to do a video on what to expect if you have to go to a mental hospital. Some of my kids have been in multiple times. So 3 of them have. So we have some experience. But anyway, this was my only time to be the patient. And I went in, I had to go through an emergency room at the hospital for them to send me to the mental hospital. And so I had spent the night at the hospital, and then the next morning when they had a room available for me, I had to go in a wheelchair. This security guard took me over in a wheelchair. It's adjacent to the hospital, so it's just like not very far at all, just right across. And, so it was all new to me, and I was kind of apprehensive because, it was scary. It was scary. Anyway, we go in, and we're going down halls, and when we would get to a hall, a staff person would come over and punch in a number, and the doors would open, and then the doors closed and locked behind us, because this is a mental hospital. And we'd get to another set of doors, same thing. Well, the last set of doors we got to said geriatric on it. I was 56. I said, "Are you sure this is where I'm supposed to go?" And he said, "Yes." And I'm thinking, geriatrics? Geriatrics? I'm not old. But now I want a geriatric doctor. Maybe they'll know what to do with me. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to go, guys. Kathy, thanks a million. I'm going to do some things, and I will show you when my granddaughter gets to come visit me. She will want to do something on it too. We are going to have a good time. Thank you. Thanks a million. See you later, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I just want to show you what it looks like. I got it out of the box, and it is just the cutest thing. It's pretty heavy. I'm so glad that there's the instructions and everything. Kathy, I thought you said your granddaughter didn't like using it. This is brand new. All the pieces are in the instruction book are still in plastic. I am very grateful. I am super grateful. I love it. And I'm going to do some videos showing you things that I do with it. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.